going to move forward now. We're going to look forward instead of keep looking back against the Chelsea game yesterday. Put the Arsenal and the Chelsea game behind you. We got to go to Anfield this weekend, and we got
the ground we got a great record at.
Exactly. I think Anfield and Stamford Bridge and the Emirates. I mean, we didn't play the Emirates, but Stamford Bridge and Anfield are probably the two grounds that we've had the least success at over the course of Premier League era. And I think there was even a time where, in the 80s, where we won a game at Anfield, Garth Crooks scored, and that was the first time we'd won there in like 72 years.
Yeah.
So that tells you about Spurs' history at Anfield. And it does seem, though, like in recent years, doesn't it, that we always have a good game at Anfield, but always just miss glaring opportunities and can never seem to get over the line.
It's cursed, that stadium, for us.
How many cursed stadiums do we have?
Lots.
But look, Ange has been speaking at his press conference this morning in terms of predicted lineup. What are the injury news?
Well, unfortunately, he said that because obviously they played
Unfortunately, there's no new injury news.
Yeah, we don't really know, because he said yesterday that they're only going to really know this afternoon because it's a quick turnaround. Hasn't had a real good chance to look at his players because they played last night. So I guess we won't really know until late. He said there doesn't seem to be anything significant, he said. But obviously we don't really know.
Yeah. But, we were thinking long and hard about this predicted lineup, and because of the performances that we've put in the last couple of games and the way he keeps chopping and changing it and nothing kind of works, it's kind of really hard to... I think this has probably been the hardest predicted lineup that we've had to pick.
It could be anything, really.
Yeah, throughout the season, but we've given a stab at it. But the one player that we do know is most definitely starting, and that is Big Vic.
Yeah, Vicario. Liverpool actually are quite good from set pieces as well, attacking wise.
Van Dijk won't be playing those, so that's a massive plus.
That's good, yeah, that's very good. But I thought he looked quite shaky again from these set pieces on Thursday, so definitely something he's going to have to improve. I do think he's going to be very, very busy though in this one, so going to need him to be on top of his game here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Darwin Núñez is getting a lot of shots on him in this one.
Let's just hope it's the Darwin Núñez that keeps smashing it over the bar in terms of the clinical Darwin Núñez, because I just feel like Liverpool over the past like 4 or 5, well, you know what, we'll get into this in the match review, but let's go to right back, and we'll go to Pedro Porro, who needs to be doing a lot better in my opinion.
Yeah, you can probably say that about all the players that we're going to talk about, but Porro recently, especially when he's on the ball and crossing wise, has been very off it, so needs to improve that. He's obviously going to have his work cut out for him because he's going to be up against probably Luis Diaz or Gakpo potentially.
Yeah, probably Diaz, I reckon.
And he's a tricky customer on the ball. He's a very effective dribbler, likes to run direct at his fullback. So I think Porro is going to have a difficult game here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Porro right back, right centre back is obviously going to be Cuti Romero, one of the players that keeps stepping up for us time and time again in this horrible period of the season that we're enduring. So big up to Cuti.
Yeah. He's one of the shining lights recently. I can see him being at his aggressive best. Obviously, Núñez likely, I guess, to start up front. A very physical player, and one who's obviously quite, haphazard with his finishing, but always a player who's going to give you a tough time. He's not a player you like facing, I think. So he's going to have his work cut out for him, but we're going to have to make sure we're keeping him quiet.
And alongside him as well, another player that keeps stepping up for us, and that is Mickey van der Ven. And he's another one that's going to be so vital for us tomorrow. Sunday.
It's going to be difficult because Núñez is a threat to the ball to feet and a threat in behind as well. So quick he is. The problem with Núñez, the difference for Núñez is he's not just quick, he's very, very physical as well. So Van der Ven's going to have to deal with that. I thought he had a great game on Thursday again, but will that be enough here on Sunday? We'll have to wait and see.
We will have to wait and see. Left back, we are sticking with Emerson Royale after, it was a horrible performance at Stamford Bridge, but this is where we're at the squad at the moment. We don't have any other options. I mean, we've spoken about so many different options, haven't we, with Van der Ven potentially playing left back or a midfielder coming in and playing left back, but I mean, after how angry he was yesterday, maybe he will change things up, but we have gone for Emerson.
We can only pray that he does. I would like a surprise. I would like him to have a little tactical surprise for us on Sunday, but I don't really know what it could be unless he puts Dragoshin in with Van der Ven left back. I think he was asked about that though before the Chelsea game, and he suggested that wasn't something he was looking to do. So I don't think he is going to do that, and then we don't really have too many other options in that position. So I don't know what other option he does have but to persist with Emerson.
Well, a few players that have been touted on social media is Lo Celso, Ollie Skip, these kind of players.
I wouldn't mind a midfielder there. I wouldn't mind. I think a midfielder there was a clever move, to be honest. I don't know about Skip, but I think someone who's good on the ball may be a good option there.
Lo Celso?
Yeah, I don't know about Lo Celso, because Celso up against Salah is a recipe for disaster.
Kulusevski?
Better than Lo Celso, but I still don't know.
So who then? You're saying no to everyone?
No, a defensive midfielder I'm talking
Basuma?
about. Yeah, not Basuma, like Sarr or Højbjerg, Bentancur.
Sarr, Højbjerg or Bentancur? I don't know. I think whatever, it's a recipe for disaster. But anyway, we've gone for Emerson in the number.
Yeah, I do worry about him against Salah.
Yeah. If it is Salah. Well, Salah is bang out of form though, but you're only at Emerson.
He's out of form, but he's still creating chances. He's still doing something. He's just missing them.
Salah's bang out of form, but he's only an Emerson Royale performance away from getting back into form.
He's out of form because he's missing chances, not because he's not getting them. You know what I mean?
True. In the number 6, we've actually gone for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, but I do kind of think that he might just persist with Basuma.
Well, I think we did a bit better against Arsenal with Højbjerg in the team, didn't we? So I think he's going to bring Højbjerg back in. I thought he had a decent cameo against Chelsea, although it wasn't great. He said he's been happy with him in training. So we're going to put Højbjerg in. But anyone in that position at the moment is not really doing it at the moment.
Yeah, it's very hard to pick this one. In the number 8, we've gone for Giovanni Lo Celso. I mean, at this point, what does Gio need to do to get a chance to start in the team? Because the midfield have been consistently poor for a number of weeks now. Every time he comes on, he does look like a breath of fresh air. Even yesterday, I thought he came on, he created more chances than any of our players in the starting lineup or that came on earlier in the game. So at this point, what more can he do to get a starting spot?
Not much. I just don't think he's in the future plans. That's probably why he's not seeing that many minutes.
And Højbjerg is?
Well, at least Højbjerg seems more trusted than Lo Celso at the moment. And Højbjerg, and the thing with Højbjerg is he's our only other alternative to Basuma, really. Whereas Lo Celso, you got
played Bentancur there a few times.
Where?
In the 6.
Yeah, but he clearly doesn't fancy him there. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Lo Celso. I just don't think we will. But I think that we should. I think we should be playing a more creative player in that position, just to show the team what we should, all the players who are out, are more defensive players in that position, what they should be doing when they're on the ball, being braver, being more creative, being more attacking minded. That is what we should be doing. So even if we're going to be conceding loads of chances, I think we might as well have another offensive player there.
The reality is, Lo Celso is probably our most informed midfielder.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, as they say.
But even his cameo displays have been good. Every single time he comes on, he plays well.
Yeah, he's been all right, yeah.
And alongside him, we're going to go for James Maddison, who's just bang out of form at the moment.
Yep. But hopefully he can turn it around this one. I think he's going to come back in. I thought he was bright for 10 minutes or so when he came on at Stamford Bridge before he lost his way. So I do think he comes back in for this one.
So Højbjerg, Lo Celso, Maddison as a midfield trio. On the right-hand side, we're going to go for Decky.
Yeah, back on the right-hand side, where he was actually quite good against Arsenal. So we're going to put him back there at Anfield. And hopefully can get back to the game like he was in the North London derby.
Up top, we're going to go for Richarlison. Mainly Richarlison just because we don't have a left winger, I guess.
Has to play. Wasn't a great performance against Chelsea. Was anonymous. Going to have to be a lot better. Did get his first Premier League goal at this ground. So hopefully some good memories.
Yeah, good memories when we got memed all over the internet.
Yeah, we did get memed, but Richarlison at least got a goal. But yeah, I don't know. He has to play, I guess.
Yeah. And then to make up the starting 11 on the left-hand side will be Heung-min Son, who we know loves playing at Anfield.
He does. This is a ground where he does seem to get a lot of chances. Hopefully, he does spot those chances to play a bit more central and run in behind, because there's going to be space for him. But I could have said the same against Chelsea, and he didn't really exploit it. So hopefully he does a better job in this one.
Let's hope so. So let's run through that lineup that we think is going to take to the field at Anfield. You got Vicario in goal, Porro right back, Emerson left back, Mickey van der Ven and Kuti Romero in the centre back positions. A midfield 3 of Højbjerg, Lo Celso and Maddison, with Kulusevski and Son supporting Richarlison. What is your score prediction?
I forgot about that. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get anything out of this.
I'm going
unfortunately.
3-1 Liverpool.
I think it might be worse than that.
It's got a bit of a vibe coming into this of Newcastle last year, doesn't it?
What, 6-1?
Not yeah, well that's what the score was, but like the same kind of vibe going into the game. Like we ain't got a chance in hell, and if we concede early, we can really like let it slip.
I think it's all the same vibe as the Liverpool game last year.
Liverpool game last year,
Like,
yeah.
you know, just
I
off
guess
the back of like Newcastle, oh, no one's giving us hope, and then we go 3-0 down, and we actually make a fight of it, and then we end up embarrassing ourselves anyway. I think we're going to lose like 4-1.
4-1. You're going, wow.
4-1.
But Liverpool can't really hit a barn door at the moment.
You know, but the difference between
The
us.
difference is Dr. Tottenham.
No, I tell you, when we go into the preview, I'll tell you what the difference is.
All right, well, that's a spoiler to go into the preview.